Okay, this is the beginning of this foldable, and we're going to do first percent markup and mark down, meaning how much is it increasing? So if I go to a store and it says 30% off, we're calculating that 30% using the prices. Okay, in a catalog, the slow cooker is marked for $2.99 and went down to $1.59. What is the percent of discount? The percent of discount are the words you need to look for, because that means it is a difference over original. Now, difference means subtraction. So what I'm doing is I'm going to subtract the two numbers. So on top, I have $2.99 minus $1.59, and that would be the difference between my two prices. And then the original would be the first one, what it started out as, which is $2.99. Now when you subtract the two, $2.99 minus $1.59, you get $140. So that means this is $140 over $2.99. Now you will divide those two. So you'll have $140 divided by $2.99. Now obviously $2.99 does not divide into it, so I automatically add those decimals and add another 0. Now I'm going to think about this as 300. So I'm going to think in the 300s. 300 and 1400. So 300, 600, 900, 1200. That is 4 times. And I'm going to get 1,000. That is a 1. So I get 4. This is a 0, and that is a 2. So 204. So I know I did it well because 204 does not go, or 299 doesn't go into 204. So now we have to do our next step. Add a 0. So how many times does 300 go into 20? And I know that is 6 times because 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 7 is 21. So 21 is bigger than 20. So we get that and we mark it. That would be 1794. And I subtract those. So when I subtract those, so when I borrow, that's a 3 and that's a 10, so that's a remainder of 6. When I borrow, that's a 1. This is a 10, but it's got to change to a 9 because I got to borrow to make that a 13. So that's a 4 and a 2, 246. Now I automatically add that 0. So how many times does 300 go into 3 go into 24? And that would be 8 times. So I get 2392. So I subtract those two. I do that by borrowing. Let's get, this is an 8, 3, 15 minus 9 is a 6. So we get 68. Again, add a 0, and it goes in there 2 times. So we could finish there because at the end, remember, we will be moving over twice. And when you move over twice, you have 2 decimals to the right. This is not 5 or more, so that will remain an 8. So your final answer is 46.8. You can leave on the 2 if you want to. Percent discount. So it was almost half off. Okay, so the original price for the jacket is $80, but Carl paid only $35. What is the percent discount? Again, percent, circle it, percent discount. That means difference over original. So the difference, meaning subtract, would be 80 minus 35, and the original price was the $80. So when we subtract the two, 80 minus 35, you're going to get 45. So this is 45 divided by 80. So let's go ahead and set that division problem up. 45 divided by 80. Now automatically add in that decimal and add in the decimal here, and add a 0. Now 80 is just 8 with a 0 on it. So I look at it as 8 and 400 because 8 times 5 is 40. So this is a 5, and when I multiply 5 times 8, I get 40 with a 0 added on it. So then I know my remainder is 50. Okay, so next step, add a 0. And I know 8 goes into 50 6 times, so that is 58 with a 0, and I get 20. So again, add a 0. 8 goes into 20 2 times, 16, add a 0, remainder's 40. So again, add a 0, and that is a 5 because it goes in there exactly 40 with an extra 0. So your final answer, you're not done, because you've got to change this decimal into a percent. So you move once and twice, and that is, again, 56.25% discount. Okay? Okay, you got to read this one carefully. For the holidays, a local store charged an extra $10 on a set of pots and pans. The original cost was only $2.56. What is the percent markup? Okay, as soon as I see percent markup, I'm writing difference over original. I need you to be able to pick those out of a large test. Difference over original. So what is happening is if they did a markup, this is now going to be 266. So 266 will then be minus by 256. So the difference is the $10, and the original is 256. So all we're doing is dividing those two. So we have $10 divided by 256. So let's go ahead and start that division. You add that decimal right away because I know it doesn't go in there. Now 256 still doesn't even go into 100, so I have to add that 0 in for that placeholder. Okay, and I add another 0, and 250 goes into 1,004 times, so that 6 is going to push it over, so it's going to be a 3 times. So let's go ahead and multiply that out, and you're going to get 768. When you subtract 232, and then guess what? Add a 0. And I don't know how many times that's going to go in there. It is pretty high because I know 256 times 10 is adding a 0. But I'm going to try 8. So let's try 8. 256 times 8, 48. That's 40 plus 4, so that's 44. That's 16 plus 4, so that is 20. Now that is 8. Let's see what happens if I could get another 256 in there, because that is still 300 more over there. So that gets you 4, 9. Carry that. Oh, so 9 right here is this, while 8. All right, so we're just looking for your percent markdown because it went from 56 to 39. So this is a difference over original. So set it up, and that is 56 minus 39. You could drop those 0 zeros, and the original price was the 56. So let's go off and start subtracting. 56 minus 39, and that will get you 17. So we have 17 over 56. So let's start our division. 17 divided by 56. We got to add that 0. So let's put that 0 in there. And I know this is about more than 50. So 50 goes into 100 in sets of 50. So 50, 100, 150, that would be 3 times. So that comes out to 168 with the remainder of 2. So again, add a 0. 56 does not go into that, so that is a 0. You then add another 0, and that's going to go in there 3 times at 168 also, and your remainder is 32. So then we do it again. Add a 0, and that's going to go in there. Let's see how many times. 56 times, we're going to guess 5. So 30, 25, and that's 280. And can we get another 56 in there? And that's 6, 13, so 330 is too much, so that is a 5. So we could finish there. Let's get our final answer on the paper of moving that decimal over twice, 1, 2, and that is a 30.4 or 30.35% mark down.